Dwyer and Michaels on 97X.
Hey, we're 2 weeks away from the big Friday night rock show at Rally on the River in downtown Davenport. Right there on the river, tons of motorcycles, tons of vendors, tons of fun. And Tom Keifer will be our headline act on Friday night, 2 weeks from tonight. And you may recognize his voice from Cinderella.
Tom is on the phone with us. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Going good. How you guys doing?
I got to tell you, you are the first rock star ever to call this show early. This has never been...
Well, it's only because I got the time zones confused. That's the only reason, okay?
I'm glad to hear that.
I look at my sheet and we're like, wait, I thought we were talking to him at 9. And our producer is like, yeah, they got the time zone screwed up. I'm like, are you telling me we've got a rock star on the phone an hour early? Can't be.
That's unheard of, I guess, right?
And we'd like to then use that as the reason this interview is going to be horrible.
We're unprepared, man.
We're not good.
Although,
We're not good.
I tell you what, Tom, years ago, you came to our radio station, and I don't know if you remember it or not, but we call it the Rock and Roll Mansion, and it's the old funeral home, and you and Fred came in here. And
I do remember. I do remember. It's a great building. Are you guys still in that same building?
Yeah, we're in a different studio, but the same building. But you're 18 and a half feet tall, and Fred came up to about my nipples, so it was very...
And can you see why we're in the same building as 18 years ago, Tom? Hard to believe, isn't it?
So it was a rally on the river, Father's Day weekend. You guys performing on Friday night. I don't know if you've talked to Tony, but Tony was on with us, Dwyer?
A couple weeks ago.
Tony's
yeah, he told me. Yeah, and he's from that area, so he's the hometown hero.
All right, what did he say about us? And don't lie or we'll know.
He said it was the best interview he ever did with 97X.
He's the hugest,
Wow.
He's the biggest liar ever. He said he should have told you, prepare yourself. You're eating a turd sandwich with these guys.
Tom, you're out on the road, and the cool thing is, in addition to our rally on the river, which is just a cute little bike rally of about 20,000 or so over the course of the weekend, you guys are also doing the full throttle this year down at Sturgis.
Yeah, that's a really, really cool place to play. I've done it with Cinderella in the past, and we actually did it last year with the solo band. We're doing it again this year, so we're excited about that one. That's a cool gig for sure.
And I'm sure people come out because they recognize your name and your voice. Your most recent record, "The Way Life Goes," that's got to be a crowd pleaser too. But man, oh man, there was a time when you thought you might never sing again.
Yeah, I had a big scare there in the early 90s with we didn't know what it was at first for a couple of years. And I woke up one day and just couldn't sing. And, long story short, I was eventually diagnosed with a partial paralysis of the left vocal cord. And I was told I'd never sing again. So it's taken years to build it back. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of injuries because of that weakness. It's a weakness that can't be cured medically because it's neurological. So most people don't sing that get it once you have this. So I've been fortunate to work with some really great vocal coaches and speech pathologists. And over the years, and I mean many years, I've been able to train it back and get it back to where I can perform and tour again. So I'm very grateful for that.
And it's not like you can go to Guitar Center and pick up a new set of vocal cords.
Right.
Guitars.
You can't do that, man. They don't come in a package.
It's
just change the chords out and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Maybe get a heavier gauge this time.
Yeah.
Right?
We talked to a lot of guys that we loved listening to and playing on the radio as Bill and I were moving through our career as you were yours. And man, every one of you guys talk about how when you're young, you don't realize, that your voice is really, it's an instrument. You just go out there and you're singing and having a great time. But boy, when you get to where you were, where you have to basically retrain yourself, you must really appreciate your ability to go out and move audiences now.
Well, yeah, I mean, more than ever, and not just for that reason, but just the fact that, the support of the fans has continued for, almost 30 years now through Cinderella and now into being solo. And so when you combine that with the fact that my voice was taken from me, and I've been fortunate enough to regain that, and the dedicated, amazing fans that have been out there who have stayed with me through the years, every time I walk on that stage, I'm more and more thankful and grateful and realize, I'm a very fortunate person. So,
do you get over a 30-year career? Do you get people who come up to you and go, "Man, you were one of the first concerts I saw, and now I'm bringing my kids to this concert," and you don't know whether
quite often. Almost every night.
It's a reminder that, man, I am crusty old.
I don't think we meant to say it like that.
But I mean, you don't know whether that's a compliment, because it is very cool that you've got generations. But oh my gosh, you're this close to turning into one of those Facebook memes. You know.
Well, yeah, but I take it as a positive because it means you're still here and you're still still doing your thing.
Absolutely.
Playing music is what I love to do. So that's all good stuff to me. So.
And I don't think you appreciate it when you first start out. You're kind of in this whirlwind of, recording, touring, imaging, all that stuff. Would you say are you having more fun now on the road than you did with Cinderella, or is it still nice to get back and hang out with those guys too?
I'm having more fun than ever.
Good for you.
Now.
Good for you.
The new band's amazing. It kind of came together in a way that was, just unexpected, really, because I'd been making the record forever and ever and ever. And, as we got closer to releasing it, I knew I was going to have to form a new band, and I was a little bit stressed about that. But the first people that, I thought I was going to have to audition people for months and months to find people that could, not only play the stuff on the new record, but be able to pull off all the Cinderella stuff too. And really, literally, it was the first people that walked in the room the first night I found the band that I'm still on the road with.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of a meant-to-be situation. And we're just having a blast out here. And Savannah, my wife's been touring because she was involved with writing and producing the record. So she's on the road with me and with the band. And it's a cool thing. We're really having a great time out here.
Tom Keifer on the phone with us this morning. We'll be at Rally on the River, headlining the main stage on Friday night. Your guitarist, Tony Higbee, who's from the Monmouth area, he was telling us really the first time he'll be officially performing in as close to his hometown as he can. He told us a great story about what it was like performing on the Letterman Show. And he said, honestly, I was more nervous than I've ever been, but they were really cool people to be. And what, Letterman was a fan? Is that how the story went?
Yeah, and I would agree with him. That's probably the most nervous I've ever been.
That was going to be, if you had to be honest, were you really nervous? So go ahead, take it from there.
Yeah, I was, because, as we got closer, we were on tour, and it's a fairly new band. We just formed. We've been on the road for a few months, and the record is coming. And as we're getting closer to that performance on the Letterman Show, I started realizing, I've never it's crazy, but in all the years with Cinderella and all, never did a live TV broadcast like that on one of those late night shows.
Never?
Never. That was the first one. So I started realizing that as we were getting closer, and I'm like, man, this was like the Super Bowl, better not screw this one up, right? It's broadcast live to millions of people. So, that can get in your head a little bit. So I think we all walked in there a little bit nervous. And, but, we got a sound check in the afternoon, and the whole, the crew there and all the people on the show were just amazing. And they let us run through it as much as we needed to, and we were pretty comfortable. So by the time we aired, we were all pretty comfortable. It was pretty cool. But it was, that's a nerve-wracking thing when you realize you're going out live.
Yeah.
No do-overs.
But, I don't think people can relate to that because you're rock stars, man. Nothing phases you. You got the sunglasses and nothing really masks that.
Yeah, well, I forgot to bring my sunglasses that night, so I was not shielded from the nerves.
So what, did you get to interact with Paul Shaffer at all, or no?
Just very briefly. I believe after the performance, I ran into him in the hallway, and he just said he loved the performance and thought it was great. And nice guy.
Did he get turned into all Artie Fufkin like from Spinal Tap? Hey, kick his ass for me.
No, but I wish he had. That would have been a moment.
Tom Keifer's band is playing 2 weeks from tonight. They are headlining Rally on the River. You guys got a full summer. I already mentioned you're going to be out at Sturgis, and then this Cat House show that's coming up later on. That's Ricky Ratman's deal. I'm just looking over the lineup, and this is the kind of show that I wish I lived in California, because everybody, including you, Sebastian, of course, Dokken. I'm going to run through a list of bands because most people don't know this is going on. Faster Pussycat, Dangerous Toys, L.A. Guns, Trickster, Bullet Boys, Bang Tango, Enough's Enough. This reads like the all-star late 90s or late 80s, early 90s bubblegum cards. What is that backstage going to be like, and who are you so excited to be able to like catch up with?
Well, it's going to be, that's going to be a great show, and we're really looking forward to that one. I always enjoy hanging out with Tammy from Faster Pussycat, so I'm looking forward to seeing him. We actually just did a show about a month ago with them up in New Hampshire, so, we did a tour with them quite a few years ago with Poison and us and Faster, and we became good friends then, so I'm always looking forward to seeing him, and I just love that band. They're just killers. All
right, and of all of those bands and artists that we just rattled off, who do you really not like? Who don't you care for?
You really think you're going to get that out of
me? We know it's earlier than we expected.
I know it's early and all, but you're not going to get me with that one. No,
that guy's really kind of a deep.
I can hear the sound bites now all over the internet.
We throw that out there every once in a while, and you're like, are you serious? How did you?
Try.
Like people think like we just do that to be kind of d-bags, and that's what we are. And they're like, and some people are like, what you guys heard about that? And we're like, heard about what? We're just kidding. So
some people actually take that bait.
Not you though. No. But I had to try.
Tom Keifer, way too smart for us.
Yeah. Remember, I'm the guy that calls early. So you have to get up a lot earlier than that.
Yeah.
Tom Keifer, the nervous, prudent rocker.
And if you run into like Stephen Piercy's also going to be there, but not Rat. So when you guys like are hanging out at the catering table backstage, do you talk about that kind of stuff? Because Piercy, clearly the voice and the image of that band that made everybody love it. Now the band is out without him, and he's touring, but he's got the voice. Is that like uncomfortable for? I mean, you've been through band breakups and reunions and stuff. Or does that stuff just not even come up because you guys are basically all happy to be working musicians, happy to be playing to a crowd? Or is there some tension when you go, hey, man, I just talked to your old tambourine player. Forget it.
Nothing, man.
Yeah. Again, you guys are treading on territory.
Sorry. Okay.
We tried, at least. We tried.
You mean you're basically asking me if when all the front men who are no longer with their bands are sitting around the catering table, what the conversation's like?
Yeah, I'm dying to know, but maybe I'll find out too.
Yeah, let's not. Yeah, we won't go there.
So just a couple of weeks, 2 weeks from tonight, you guys will be headlining the main stage Friday night, a rally on the river, and it's going to be a great time. Tons of bikes. People look forward to this every summer, so we're glad that you're going to be a part of it. Kenny from Rascals helped us to get you to come into town. I hope we can deliver on the promises that he made to you. I don't know what was said in that conversation. Probably just like you don't want to admit to us various things. We probably shouldn't know other things as well. But
there were some big promises made, so I hope that they all get taken care of.
Well,
it could affect our performance.
Nah.
If the bread's the wrong size, or
right.
Okay,
the M&Ms aren't just right.
Large bread.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of people. It's funny, when Tony was on with us, he had relatives who were emailing, and like all of his favors were being called in from teachers and old.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's going to be huge. It'll be a homecoming for Tony. So if you thought you were nervous at the Letterman Show, we'll show you what nervous.
I know he's looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be a blast. Well, listen, thanks for taking a few minutes and chatting with us, and we'll see you in a couple weeks down on the river, okay?
Yeah, man, thanks for having me on, and look forward to the show and seeing you guys out there.